How are you? Good to have you back in the squad. You happy to be back in amongst the squad, yeah?
Yeah, happy to be back in. Just concentrating now for the game Friday. Should be good.
After missing a few games, you're really gunning to get back into the starting 11, or are you just going to have to be happy with what Stephen sees as his best team for the game?
I'm sure the gaffer will pick the team that he feels suits for the game, and I feel like I'm alright and I'm ready to start, so should be all good.
Listen, it's been a great start to the season for you at club level. Obviously a few early goals on the international scene as well. Do you almost feel already comfortable at this level?
I think playing regularly for club it helps you to play for international, and I feel like the lads bring you into the squad well, and I feel like I'm comfortable in with the lads, yeah.
I just take you back to the 11th of July 2019. I remember seeing you make your debut for the Bohemians against Chelsea. You were thrown in that day against some of the best players in the World Cup winners. That didn't seem to phase you that day, I don't think, and you've continued your career, rose very quickly. There was a thing out this morning saying you're the second most valuable teenager in the world now, priced at €65 million. Does that just completely go over your head? Do you ignore stuff like that, or how are you able to cope with things like that?
I think there's a lot that goes on in the press and stuff, and I think it's all just talk. Like, there's nothing I can really control about any of that, so I won't let it affect me if I can't control it.
Evan, how are you doing? Just a quick one, I suppose, on your injury, having missed the last international window. You played 60 minutes at the weekend. Is there still an element of managing you back to full fitness, or was that purely tactical?
No, it's just the way the game went. 60 minutes. I think in most games you see a striker come off early around 60, 70 minutes. So that's just the way the game went. Just get some fresh legs on.
So fitness is fine.
Yeah, all good. Yeah.
Cool. So then, just looking back then to the last window. The last couple of years, everything's been positive for you. So positive and so many great things. Must have been one of your biggest disappointments so far in your career to miss out on that window, such a big, high-profile window. How did you manage that personally, from going to make that decision to have to withdraw onto like going ahead and watching the games and have to look on it from afar?
Yeah, obviously it was such a big window, and I was looking forward to play the two games, but the injury held me back, and I couldn't do anything about it. Just went back and got into rehab and tried to get myself fit again, and obviously watched the two games and two good results, two good performances, you know what I mean, and just looking forward to the two games that we have now.
Gavin Cummings?
Evan, there's only 8 Irish lads in the Premier League now. What do you think about your generation? Do you think that will decrease or increase? Or obviously Brighton has loads of players like Andy Bourne will come back around, I'm sure. But what do you think in the next couple of years? Do you think we'll be seeing players stuck in the Championship or playing Europe? Or do you think the number of Irish lads in the Premier League can increase?
I think it's hard to say. I think it's individually how players get on. Like, I think if you go over to a club in England young, I think Brexit's obviously killed it a little bit in terms of players, but if they go away to teams like Italy and stuff, you're seeing teams like that. But I think the Premier League's probably the best league, and everyone wants to play in it, so it's not easy to get in and get playing. But I think, like you see Andy going away to Championship, doing well, he could come back in and get a chance and see how he goes from there.
How do you rate your generation of players that's coming through now? Just the lads that are coming in, played 21s last year, got another decent crop of 21s coming through. How do you rate this generation that you're going to grow up with?
Yeah, I think it's good. Like, we've got a young squad at the minute in the first team, and now we've good players coming through, so just have to wait and see and give everyone a chance.
David Sniggins?
Just Stephen, the manager I mentioned before, the last window, the knee injury you had, is something I'm saying you kind of ongoing for a little while. Is that something that you're already learning to deal with in terms of the fact that you're going to have to put your body through stuff even at a young age just to get through certain months?
I think so, yeah. I think it's just finding myself and finding the rhythm and finding what works for me in terms of recovery and stuff, and rehab in the gym, like in the gym every day doing bits to prevent injuries, you know what I mean? So I think it's just part and parcel of it.
And it's that kind of even change your own kind of maybe focus and understanding of what's needed in your career in terms of prolonging that as well. The fact that it's not just what you do in the training pitch every day, it's all the work around it.
Yeah, I think so. I think you see it even in and around the training ground. Everyone's in in the gym before and after training, mostly before, trying to get bits done to prepare themselves for training. I think it's just, as I said, part and parcel of it.
And just
Mark
on
McCann.
your club manager, just everyone's talking about Roberto Zerbi and what he's doing. What's the influence been with you on a daily basis? Is it one of them where you would have chats every week about certain progress kind of marks that you have to hit?
Not really. I think it's just, I don't. He's different. He's not really like that. It's just about the training pitch, how you get on in training. If you're doing well in training, then he'll give you an opportunity.
Mark McCann, please.
You mentioned that more in there briefly. Tell us a little bit about him, his progress, and what you think he can achieve.
Yeah, he's been doing well. Obviously, you see from the media and stuff that he's been doing well. He's been in playing games, and he had that Carabao Cup last week. So I think if he keeps doing well and keeps proving himself in the Championship, like a very hard league, he can come back and maybe get his opportunity. That brilliant.
Owen Carson.
I know it's looking a bit further ahead, but Ireland obviously hosting the Euros in 5 years' time. What would mean for you to believe it in the finals like that?
Yeah, I think it'd be an unbelievable experience for anyone. Any of the Irish boys in their hometown, you know what I mean, the home country. So I think it'd be an unbelievable feeling to host it. Yeah.
Sean O'Connell.
Does missing the last window just give you an extra bit of fire in the belly to get on the score sheet in this window?
I think so. I think any game you want the scoring as a striker, you know what I mean, no matter what's happened. So obviously just waiting for the game Friday and we'll see what we can do.
Just the European debut against Marseille was another big milestone for you.
Yeah, definitely. It was a good game, good atmosphere. It's, you know, it's a different experience playing away to a country like that where the fans are just mental, you know what I mean. So good experience, yeah.
Philip Quinn.
Evan, are you fully fit?
Yeah, I'm good, yeah.
Yeah. It's just, you haven't played since that hat trick. You haven't played a full match since that great hat trick.
No, I don't think.
That's the club decision, is it? Or?
Yeah, I think if you see most of the games, I don't think many of the attacking players play 90 minutes, you know what I mean? So at the moment, I'm all good.
Oh, good. And just looking back, I mean, you were first captain, I think, last November. Have you been surprised at how your international career has taken off, and do you feel comfortable where you are now?
I don't really sort of look back on things like that. I think once you get called in, you try to prove yourself and look at the games ahead and just try to do your best.
Just finally, just a word on Shane Duffy. Looks like he probably captained the team. You know him from Brighton. What's he been like that? Having him back, so they gave you a big hug there last month when you came in. We got to go home a couple of days earlier, but just a word on him and has he been a help to you?
Yeah, he's been good with me. I obviously knew him from the time before, but he's been very good with me. I got along with him back in Brighton. Obviously, it's good to be back playing with him now.
Finally, Gary Doyle.
Evan, what has helped you cope with the spotlight and the amount of attention that has come on your shoulders? Because you're still only a teen, there's a lot of spotlight, there's a lot of attention, and that's not easy. So how have you coped with that?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think just not trying to pay too much attention to it. Like, obviously, if you go on your phone, you're gonna see stuff, the positive and the negative. So you're gonna see it everywhere. You know what I mean? Just try not to concentrate on it. Like, we've games coming thick and fast, so it's hard to concentrate on stuff when you've got games coming every 3 or 4 days.
Has your father's experience as a footballer been an asset in this regard?
I think, like, if I ever want to speak to him, like, football's not first, you know what I mean? Like, he is my guy, you know what I mean? So football's not first, but if I ever do want to talk about football, like, he obviously has that experience and knowledge.
Okay, thank you very much, guys.
When you sit there with lots of checking stuff on your phone, but like when people are raving about you on Match of the Day, are you even not just trying to watch Match of the Day? Because every time you seem to be on that, they're raving about you on there as well.
Yeah, you see stuff and it all is just media and talk, you know what I mean? Like, you just have to try to concentrate on what you can control.
Thanks, guys.